There's a new beginning in love here for somebody, okay? But I don't know if they're going to be willing to take it. I have to be honest. I feel like this is like a return, okay? This is so if you're not interested in somebody that you've had issues with in the past, like if you're not trying to make it work with them, it's probably maybe not your message, maybe it is, but I do feel like for sure it's like there is a new beginning. There is an option here for happiness. On the bottom of the deck, I see the Two of Cups, right? So this could definitely be something that could progress moving forward. But I feel like there's still a lot of I was gonna say stagnant energy, stale energy, just like unspoken things between the two of you guys, right? Um, Definitely needs to be some conversations. I feel like someone is looking at this as a missed opportunity that's never gonna come back around, okay? And there's somebody else that's looking at it as like, no, I want to make this happen. Like, I'll be real. Um, I do feel like this is something that could, bring like I see loyalty, faithfulness, security, right? But I also see like somebody who's easily wounded by the other person, right? Like, and maybe that's because there's a level of one, two, three. There's a level. There's a level of vulnerability, right? That I feel like was never triggered in this person prior, okay? And maybe that has caused some fear as well from this person. I do feel like whether this is you or them, okay? So like the one party, right? They were vulnerable at one point, and I feel like they were hurt from this situation in one way or another, okay? This is probably somebody who I had a lot of disappointments in childhood coming up, right? So they just assume they have that mentality that everyone and everything is going to be the same, and not really giving space for people to be human, right? Like having too high of expectations for everyone, including themselves and everyone around them, right? I feel like it's easy to slip into that hole, you guys, okay? So don't be hard on yourself if that is the case. I feel like this is something, if you're willing to, make the decision to see what is being offered to you, right? Right? Because there's something being offered, but somebody's not focusing on what is actually being offered. They're focusing on the hurt and the pain and the past, right? And I feel like it's deeper than just with this connection. I feel like, but it's causing this person, which I said stale and stagnant, right? With the two of swords right there, like not really choosing anything, just kind of, I feel like in their heart of hearts, they want love and they want to be happy, but it's like that fear of rejection and pain and like all of that repeating again, okay? I don't feel like this was like a very, like, I don't feel like this person destroyed you or nothing, right? Like, I'm not asking you to take somebody back toxic. This isn't the vibes at all, okay? But this is definitely like a deep connection, like high level soulmates, right? I do have open heart. Oh, and confessions is right underneath that. And I feel a look and then depth. Oh my gosh, and chemistry. Okay. So I do feel like this is something that there is a lot of attraction. There is a lot of spark. This look, it says empathy, vulnerability, receptive. But it's like, are you willing to be receptive? Is the one party willing to be receptive and make this work, right? I feel like, with the Two of Cups being on the bottom of the deck, I feel like this is something that is feasible, okay? So this is definitely something that could work out, that you will be able to actually invest in the situation and make things grow within it, right? um and it could be a new partnership for some of you guys. Like when I said a new love, a new beginnings, this could be brand new. And maybe these were some of the things that you had to overcome because of your past situations, right? Maybe you have some bad relationships in the past and you're just assuming that they're all going to be bad. But God's like, no, I got something for you. I got something for you. Like, I'm seeing all the work you're putting into your life. I'm seeing what you're trying to do moving forward, okay? But are you willing to see it? Because you could get the love of your life. If you're in this mentality, the love of your life could come up and walk right in front of you, confess their undying love to you, which you won't be willing to see that because you're viewing them through the eyes of the past. You're viewing them through the eyes of the pain, right? Um, I do feel like this is something you know, there has to be some forgiveness, I feel like, in here as well, for self and for the past, maybe the past with this person, like I was saying, um and willingness to see change and willingness to see different in another person, right? Because I do feel like, again, one party just doesn't have that, and like they don't see the positive in the situation because of the pain. They're still seeing the world through eyes of pain. All right, I do feel like that's going to be shifting. Let's see. Maybe not right away. They've been through a lot of heartache, right? They've been through a lot of heartache, and I feel like there's a lot of fear that there's gonna be more heartache if they allow if they allow themselves to be vulnerable again, right? No, they're gonna take a chance. They're gonna take a chance. I feel like I got victory, right? Overcoming obstacles, success, determination, willpower, self-control, self-discipline. You guys hear Lily snoring? Hard work and focus, right? I feel like there is one party, one of the two here is maybe a little bit more emotionally stable at this point, or maybe they've done a little bit more work, but I feel like this connection will bring healing to both of you, right? Because I feel like it's like the one that's like pushing back, like I feel like the other one is stable enough to handle that right now, if that makes sense, right? Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth. One is more, willing, and I feel like they understand. They see where the other one is at. They see where the other party's at. The one that isn't, willing already yet. And I feel like the other party's willing to be patient. I feel like they're gonna come in and try to express that though. Oh, I shouldn't have picked them all up. Let's see, what signs do we have? I know I was seeing a heavy Cancer. Yeah, Cancer, Capricorn, Taurus, Scorpio. Anyone else? 7-11 and 77, 777. 7-11. Okay, who are we talking about? Anyone else? Capricorn, we already said Capricorn. Leo, okay, so we got Leo. I said Taurus, I think, already. So I got Capricorn, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. It could really be any signs, but all right, y'all.